Alright, hey friendos, welcome back, Evan. Okay, so... How can I make this work? Oh, maybe this way. Great, okay. So I'm over here because... Oh, this is not really gonna work because now I have to turn my head back to you in order to see the mic. Yeah, I'm vibing with this particular track. It's still on Surprise Me, so I'm sure it's gonna get shitty soon, but... like it. Alright, so... my goal today is to try to fix this sweater, which is something that I've been putting off for a really long time because I'm scared to fuck it up. It belonged to Gramps. Well, actually, it might have been my grandma's, I don't know. I had it a long time before either of them died. And it is got a couple of holes in it, so I'm scared to, like, wear it. And it's got a couple places where it's getting really thin. So, my thought process was... this isn't gonna work. Where can I put this that is better? Okay, so maybe I'll just have to talk loud. Because presumably this should work. It is in the right direction. I'll just kind of have to talk a little bit louder than I want to because I'm sleepy. Alright. So in order to do this, okay, so the reason I'm over here is because in order to do this, I need to see how to do this. I'm not showing you how to do it because I don't know how to do it. I am learning. And we were watching somebody else's video, probably. I need... oh, we got cats. I need... this guy. A yarn needle. Need... some tiny crochet hooks. Probably not this tiny, but here we are. Probably one of those will do. And I think tiny scissors. Yeah, it does. I love this sweater. I think it's an awesome sweater. And I love wearing it, and I'm very scared of it breaking more. I'm also not sure that this is going to be any fun to watch because it is going to be black thread on black, and we only have so much kind of camera juice here, really. Actually, I wonder if I could turn a secondary chat on so I can kind of see you over here. 2% battery. You're plugged in for so long. Okay, so now I've sort of got a closer chat. Sort of. That can't stand up very good because... Alright. So here's our major hole. One run here, one run here. I guess it's easier to see from the inside, so let's just switch the sweater. I don't really, I have no chance of replicating this pattern. Not only do I not have the right yarn and probably cannot find the right yarn. I don't have the knitting skill to do that. I don't know that I have the knitting repair skill to do this at all. Okay, so we've got one here. We've got the start of one here. The shitty part is, it seems like in almost all cases it's the colored yarn that's failing. One there. So that's 4 on this side. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On this side. Whew. I mean, I guess I do probably have people in my life who, if I fuck this up really bad, could at least make it stable for me. So I think the first thing that I need to do is isolate so much higher on the back than it does on the front, or on the front than it does on the back. I don't even think you guys can see this. This is probably stupid for me to stream. Hey, Sandflea. another fucking Christmas song? It is. Pretzel Rock's putting Christmas music into all its fucking random song shit is the stupidest decision I have ever heard. Hey, Omega. Alright, I wonder if maybe starting with a bigger one will be easier because then I can see... It'll be closer to... You know, the situation of the ideal, which is what a lot of these videos show you. Oh shit, there's another one. Oh my god. I haven't wanted to do this because I haven't wanted to admit how bad the sweater's gotten. I might give up. Yeah, it is really pretzel sucks. I have to stop complaining about it and do something different. I think I'm having regrets. I think I can't do this on stream. I think first of all you won't be able to see it. God, that's so... These are all so thin. Maybe we don't do this. Maybe we just do this. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. Hey, Grid. What's up?
You're having troubles.
Yeah, but I'm having troubles with the sweater.
Yeah, but frick.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it's gonna get better if you fix it. I don't think you can fix that. Well, I turned it down because now I'm looking at the right. Well, yeah. I'm less concerned about what people think about me wearing the sweater and more concerned about the sweater living to see tomorrow without unraveling. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you get up. Aside from how I made you get up earlier. Hey, can you flip this, actually? Guess it doesn't matter. Does it look more stupid like this, or would it look stupider if we flipped it upside down? Probably look stupider if we flipped it upside down.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it doesn't really make a difference. You can still see. Doesn't change the comprehensibility of the image if it is a different direction.
And if you're switching off from doing the slitter, we could just pause and put you back to normal.
I am comfortable here.
Oh.
I do not wish to move. Oh my goodness. Eben, how are you feeling? Did the vax kick your ass? This is the most bizarre. My entire purpose is to give you just complete musical whiplash. We are, Zen. We are. How can I angle this appropriately? Maybe it would be better if we just took a quick break and moved me back over to our normal place. Grid, you're right! Grid, let's go back. Sorry, Grid.
Right.
No.
Reclick that.
No.
Make it an alert.
No.
It was right.
No.
This is kind of not at all how this mic thing is meant to work.
Yeah. I know. not charge the phone faster than the phone was using battery?
Probably because it was powered off.
No, while it was on.
Oh, well.
I mean, yes, you're right. It also did not continue to charge while it was powered off, but it did not charge faster than the phone drained its battery.
Well, that's exciting. Done.
Nice.
I don't know what you want now. I mean, some charge is better than no charge? I don't know.
Well, yeah, but it's at 2% battery, so it won't make up for... Might not have a chat right now. Although it's at 12% now, so maybe I just don't have a chat for a short period of time. Ah! What just happened? I don't know. Something snapped and flew over there.
What were you doing
I pushed.
when something happened?
I moved this.
You blew a spring.
I blew a spring. It flipped.
Hold itself up. You have to find the spring so your mic can be held up. No, it wasn't a spring. It's a nut, piece of metal, something. Probably looks like this somewhat. Otherwise your mic arm is shut. I don't know. Yep. Yes.
Doing good today. I know, Evan. I know. I'm the worst.
Get all this shit.
No, I'm ignoring Evan's very smart and good music suggestions and staying with fucking pretzel thing that sucks because I'm lazy and haven't had an opportunity to change anything. As you're like, yep, sounds right. Thanks, Grid. Okay, so now I'm so tired, I think the stream's over. Have a good day, everybody. You know, what are you doing? Go. Go. There's nothing under there for you. Grid, it needs to be flipped again. Grid, I love you.
One day you'll be at something.
No. I'm just tired. Thanks. Yeah, I need the panel light, but I can talk about how I need that and then never get up.
Freaking do it now before you call it again.
I don't know why I'm so tired. I went out with Baker and another friend to the farmer's market yesterday morning, and I got there and Baker goes, you look tired. And I was just like, oh no. Thanks. Shoot.
Was that not helping?
No, it's great. I mean, I can see great. Fine for me. Grid, I've asked so many things of you today.
Yeah.
And I promised to rub your back, and I never did.
No. What was the other bit? Yesterday you're like, and I won't bother you today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should clean the garage so we can put the motorcycles away. Bye! Grid does need overtime pay. I even left him, I don't want to say I've been leaving him with the emergency phone, but like, if I go to mow the lawn or something and he's just sitting watching TV, I will leave the phone with him. Last night I went to the gas station to get milk. You know, to get cigarettes. You locked Zeno in here!
I know what I did.
No! Not cigarettes, I don't smoke, but I was the joke. I was making the cigarette joke, you know? Dad leaves for cigarettes and never comes back. So I went to the gas station to get milk and left him with the phone. And usually everybody who isn't me gets like a stipend per day for holding the thing, which is why I feel bad having other people hold it because it costs so much money. Although I guess the person who had my job before me also took the stipend, but the stipend was lower. So the stipend was in play all day, all the time, as opposed to just sometimes. So maybe it actually evens out and I should stop complaining. Also, if that's what somebody else approved, why am I arguing about it? I don't know where I was going with this. Oh yeah, Grid took the phone from me for a whole afternoon once so I could take a motorcycle ride up to Vermont. Because he was, you know, at the show that all the actors were at. So I was like, well, if they call, they won't because they're with you anyway. So... So he deserves the stipend. Anybody have some crazy Halloween debauchery in their lives? I don't live... The little suburban puddle that I live in is not very anything. There are actually fewer kids here than I anticipated, and I did anticipate the first year that, you know, like if you live somewhere that is not great for trick-or-treating, but grandma and grandpa live somewhere that's great for trick-or-treating, parents bus your little stupid little ass to Grandma and Grandpa, and you can trick or treat with all Grandma and Grandpa's rich neighbors who have full-size candy bars, right? That's logical. But that didn't seem to happen last year. We only got just a very small handful of kids. And obviously we don't have any crazy partying happening here because there's no businesses, it's just homes. But a couple of my friends, well, one of my friends lives up in, like, the party district of the city we work in, and sent me a picture this morning of somebody's flimsy, lacy bra hung on a road barricade. So somebody got it good last night. I know, we should get the king-size candy bars, but I don't really have a, I don't know. I wasn't sure if maybe it was still COVID last year. Also, the king-size candy bars just suck more than they used to. I don't know. Just like Halloween candy in general sucks more than it used to. You used to be able to get a pack of Hershey bars, and they were like normal-ass Hershey bars. Now if you get a pack of Hershey bars for like s'mores or whatever, they're those fucking paper-thin Hershey bars. They taste worse, somehow. So we've been trying to get, you know... It seems like there's some candy that responds better to enshittification, because there's only so many ways you can reduce costs on, like, a Milky Way with it still being a Milky Way. So sure, you can make it tiny. I resent the fucking fun size things these days. There used to be, well, you know, and it's not even fun size anymore, because I remember when I was a kid, fun size meant, like, yay, right? You got, like, a little candy bar. There were, like, 2 little Twix in the little... There were still 2 Twix in there. There were still 2 of them. It was just short, right? Now it's, like, mini. Now it's and bite. It is 1/2 square inch of a Twix bar. Next, they're gonna sell, like, fucking scratch and sniff paper. Would you like the concept of a Twix bar? Twix NFTs. For real. For fucking real. I'm really struggling against the... You know, it feels inevitable. Like, back in my day, things were better. Like, not necessarily. You don't need to have rose-colored glasses about 1994. But I'm so tired of everything has to be incrementally worse forever. And then you die. I almost feel like some of my nostalgia for, like, 80s and 90s movies or environments is just the relative lack of fucking marketing. I'm not saying there wasn't Pepsi logos on shit, but it felt like if you go and watch a video of, I don't know, a city street, 1985, there's just less constant bombarding marketing. I'm sorry, I'm skipping genres of things that I'm complaining about. We were talking about candy bars. Now I'm just complaining about the world in general. We might have to pull out Symphony of the Night and play the end of it. I don't know if that will be possible because I don't usually think it's very possible to put a game down and then jump back in several years later and then beat the final boss. That's usually a losing proposition. But I have discovered I do not have a recording of the Dracula fight at the end of Symphony of the Night. And I will feel like a big bag of dicks if I started to put it up on YouTube and don't have the end of it. It's different than not having a part in the beginning. I also realized upon watching these VODs that I was getting really excited about the shade of blue, and the shade of blue that you are seeing recorded is extremely different than the shade of blue that I'm seeing. Mine is so shiny. Well, maybe I'll go back and try the sweater again. Maybe the light's better here. I'm just so scared, you know? But this is a good thing to get done too. Considering at this time this is kind of turning into a Christmas present. Right. Ah, this is giving it some really neat texture. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now we've got more Beethoven. Well, I say more Beethoven. Now we've got Beethoven. I mean, you got to admit, Beethoven does slap. I'm not sure if this is supposed to have a cutoff or not. Yes. Okay. I really need one of those hoop arms, because the worst part about this for me is my left hand gets all stiff from clutching. you know, I wonder if there are... You say alligator grip, I wonder if there are, like, non-purpose-built options that are cheaper? Because, like, the articulating things that are meant to specifically hold embroidery hoops are so expensive. But there's gotta be some sort of, like, machine shop alternative that perhaps is more realistically priced. I feel like the negative of an alligator grip or something along those lines would be like it's only attached to one point and it might bite. You know, grid could hold it very steady, but I feel like I'd have to sew very quickly. Although, I don't know. Sometimes I, you know, lay on his shoulder in bed or something, watching TV, and then I fall asleep. And when I wake up, I'm like, oh no, how long was your shoulder asleep for? And he says, like, oh, you know, the last 2 hours. And I'm like, excuse me? How did you just stay here unmoving for that long? And he's like, yeah, you were sleeping. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, the rubberized... I know what you're talking about. I know you could get better ones than these. Make Grid manufacture me something. Might be worth trying though. We actually have 2 or 3 helping hands somewhere. Actually, probably right in that drawer right there. For the smaller hoops, it might not be that bad. Might be worth trying. I guess the thing that I'm most scared about the sweater is that I know that in order to like identify the edges of the hole, I have to make the hole a little bit bigger. Because I need to get rid of the broken threads. But I'm scared. Oops, that was a bad stitch. Oh. Maybe I'll look at it again after we finish this pink. I wish these songs weren't so short. I think it's very silly that they have like 3-minute long Beethoven. Alright, so we can do... I really like how different this came out from... I mean, not necessarily how different this came out from the pattern, but kind of how organic this ended up looking. Okay, and it gets another ring down here too. I don't love how that curve came out, but that's okay. Hey, Sarah. Thanks. I'm really enjoying the kind of free nature of embroidery versus cross stitch. I do like the mindless comfort of following a pattern, but I'm kind of also enjoying the organic comfort of just doing whatever the fuck I want. I have to run to the bathroom, hold on. Okay. I am so brave. I am brave. I am smart. I am gonna plug my phone in for just another minute because nobody is chatting, so that is fine. It's the perfect opportunity to steal a couple more percentage points of battery. Now y'all are gonna talk at me behind my back. Okay. I am brave. I am smart.
$50 months and no achievement unlocked.
Damn it, Beanie. Thank you so much for 50 months. I really appreciate it. If I could give you an achievement, I would. It would be a really annoying pop-up, like in your actual peripheral vision, like in real life. You'd try to click on it and you'd like miss. I am brave. I am smart. I am picking my phone back up so I can see. Alright. Look, step 1, get some thread. That is step 1. I'm kind of torn which needle to use because this one is a yarn needle and it's got a blunt tip and there's a lower likelihood that I will split an existing thread with it, but it is kind of bulky. So it might be harder to get in between the threads. And this one, of course, is sharper, but there's a higher opportunity for me to split the thread that I'm trying to work with. Yes, Xeno emote outside your window. Perfect. Alright, well that gave me 1% more battery. That's good enough for now. It's very funny that this does pass through power, but just horrendously slowly. I am doing okay. So tired this weekend. I feel like I'm never gonna stop being tired. How about yourself? Okay, I am brave. I am a very smart bear. I don't know if I should do this on the front side or on the back side. That's okay. No worries. You have not missed anything. Except we defeated the Godskin duo in Elden Ring and that rocked. Except also I had really bad internet connection that day, so you might have missed it anyway. Alright, well, it seems like from this one video, the front is fine. Where is the thread that is broken? Which thread is broken? It seems like it's gotta be a black one. Oh yeah, I think ours is next week. I wish we would stop, putting the clocks back. Well, I love putting the clocks back. I don't like putting them forward. Alright, where did this come from? Okay, this is gonna blow out the rest of everything that is not obviously this black sweater, so if we go back to something other than this and I forget to change the camera back, please do tell me. Part of my problem here is that I don't knit very well, so I don't understand knitting as good as I understand crochet. Okay, so here is a broken end. Where does this go? Well, actually, I could tie this off and then I could, as recommended by the internet, put a tiny little dollop of clear nail polish on it. Yes and no. We, like, did serious business and just decimated the Godskin duo, which was really giving me lots of trouble. So I felt good after that, but then some shitty enemies later in that level kind of put a damper on my spirits. But I think we're making pretty good progress. Okay, so that's not gonna go anywhere further. I have done that on the wrong side, well, the right side of the sweater, as in the front side of the sweater, as in now I can see that there's a knot in the front side of the sweater, which is frankly not a big concern for me. I hope so. I do hope so. That would be cool. Then I can have the New Year's resolution of no more Souls likes ever. This also busted down. This isn't clear enough. This is like a run instead of a... Instead of a straight hole. I don't know if I can do this. Good for you. I don't know. I feel like the Souls like Metroidvanias are not always my cup of tea. I don't know. I wonder if this isn't... Because this almost seems like it's thicker than I keep expecting it to be for just knit, so I wonder if because it's using two different threads, it's also using a stitch that I just don't understand, which is like double thick. I mean, this is machine knit as opposed to hand knit, obviously. I don't think I have the skill to fix this. Fuck. That was all I wanted to do today. I could never get into Mass Effect. I couldn't comprehend. I think back then when I first tried the first Mass Effect, I had never had such an open world gaming experience before, so I kept trying to do all the things, which obviously you cannot run through every dialogue option with every fucking NPC. You can't. Or I'm sure somebody has, but Jesus God. And unfortunately, when there's that many characters to interact with, obviously the tag or the hook is like, oh, you can interact with who you want, how you want. And then because there's no tangible benefit from doing that unless you go 6 levels deep, for me, it was just like, oh, well then that means I don't want to interact with anybody ever at all. Man, rainy Sundays in my mind, it's raining here, are just so... It's like a moral imperative that I must make pasta. Thus is Grandpa's spirit still alive in my brainstem. Damn you! That's okay, I'm kind of like cooling on mac and cheese for the moment. I've done homemade just a little too often, and then the last time I did the packs, the noodles were fucked up. So like, you cooked them and they just disintegrated. And I mean, technically I guess they taste the same, but the texture just made my entire brain throw up. Couldn't eat it. So I have been off of macaroni and cheese for a hot second. Alright, well I definitely think my curves need some work. But again, this is a gift, so it being a little weird looking is fine. Oh, actually, let's start here. Well, this one wasn't supposed to be for anything in particular, so it can't be late if it didn't have a time limit to begin with. And this one isn't cross-stitch. This is just embroidery. Just straight up embroidery. Big girl embroidery. So therefore, it is not subject to the cross-stitch curse. Although I've also started another crocheted blanket that is supposed to be a Christmas present as well. Although I am being exceedingly lazy, and I have chosen a blanket pattern that is worked with two... First of all, it's worked in like big hexagons, and all the hexagons are worked with two strands of yarn at once. So it works up very fast. Like, yes, I have to make 27 hexagons, but I can make a hexagon in like half an hour. That's nothing. But this still has the opportunity to be very late because this isn't just a this isn't just an embroidery gift, this is supposed to be a pouch. My goal was to figure out how to turn this into like a purse. So when I finish the sewing part and go, oh my god, I don't know how to do the rest of it, there is a lot of opportunity for me to sit on that for several months. This metallic floss is almost as bad as the glow-in-the-dark stuff. Not quite. It doesn't shred quite so easily, but it is very slippery. And I'd put my Kirby project down for a bit, just because it's so big. And like, there's no rush on it, so I kind of put it down because I wasn't feeling it. Oh, it's good! You read my mind. Oops. like it looks pretty much the same since the last time I showed it off. I did start some blue, and I have to do a bunch of like white for the tube where you drop the Kirby's, you know? And it still, of course, has another... This is only half of it. There's another half up at the top, but... That's beautiful, Beanie. I love it. Yeah. We're getting somewhere. I'm kind of trying to intersperse the... Doing the Kirby's was really fun, and I enjoyed it, and I went very quickly, and then filling in the yellow was also pretty fun. But now filling in the white is, like, really boring. Doing white is even less... You know, doing all of the pink was very boring, and doing all of the blue is going to be very boring, but doing the white is just crushingly boring, like mind-numbingly boring. You don't... It doesn't even look like you've done anything. So... Yeah. Grid and I went to, an antique store yesterday. Because we do that all the time. I love going thrift shopping. I realized in the car as we were coming home, I understand my grandmother a little bit better. I'm like, oh shit. I understand why grandma had so many knickknacks. Because her and Gramps loved to go thrift shopping. And I just love to go thrift shopping because I love to look at stuff. I love to go places, have a destination. I love going places with a destination in mind. And otherwise, I don't really like... So it's kind of a manufactured destination, right? Because why would you go somewhere? I don't want to go somewhere to hike necessarily. I mean, sometimes I do go hiking. But I don't really want to go somewhere to do something physical like that. I don't really want to go somewhere to... You know, you can go to a restaurant, sure, but that doesn't really entertain you for a long period of time. So I really like going out somewhere to go to a thrift shop because then you get to look at all the stuff. And I discovered that I didn't really intend to buy anything yesterday. I actually wasn't really in the mood to shop yesterday, but I couldn't think of anything else to do, so I punched shit shop in my phone and found a new one we hadn't been to, and it was a nice little drive away, and we took the nice little drive and we went out. But I still found something. Because when you go to these places, you always find something, you know? That's kind of like half the fun. So now I'm starting to understand why the house was so full of stuff. You just acquire the things. Oh no. Oh, anyway. At this antique store, there was this, it was like a copy of a painting, but it was a cross-stitch. It's something with Jesus in it. And it was like very big. It was like 3 feet by, I don't know, 1.5 feet maybe. And to be fair, it was a bigger gauge than the one that I'm doing. It must have been, it was probably like, I don't know, 14 count maybe. 12 count maybe, I don't know. Bigger. So not quite as many stitches per square inch, but it was still a very big piece. And it was on sale for like, and it was also old, it was very old. But it was on sale for like $175. And I'm just like, wow, $175 for what definitely took months. Months. And that's if somebody else created the pattern first. Oh, that's such a shame. I love stores like that. It's so... I don't know. And it fits so snugly and securely into, like, my personal morals. You know, I want to have things in my life that... My favorite things have a purpose, look nice, and my favorite things are either repurposed or used again, or, you know, I love reusing shit. I love recycling shit. Absolutely, yeah. I'm so sick of Walmart and IKEA and Target and particle board. I want stuff that looks... I swear, I remember when the first, like, Super Walmart came to my area. I remember going there the first week they opened. I was too young to drive, I know. But not quite so young that I didn't have, like, my own spending money. And I remember seeing, like, the Walmart Basics stuff, you know, like decorative shit or, like, kitchen basics. And just going, oh my god, they're so cheap, that's so cool, I could outfit this whatever, and I could afford to do it. But none of that stuff has changed since, you know, since the Walmart showed up. It's all the same stuff. It all looks the same. So boring. And it's twice as fun to go with Grid because he points out a lot of things that I don't know what they are. Like, he found a... It was a razor sharpener, but it was circular. So it was like yay big. And it looked like, if you've ever seen one of those old, you know, if you know what I'm talking about, you're gonna know. All I had to say was razor sharpener, and I'm sure you've got a picture in your head. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, it looked like one of those old tape measures that come in like flat discs that you crank on the side. You crank the tape measure back up before the spring assist ones. So it was round, and you put the razor in this little like clippy thing that was on the side of it, and you cranked it, and as you cranked it, the disc on the inside spun and sharpened the razor blade. But while you were cranking, the little flap that held the razor down flipped up and turned around and went back down so that it sharpened the other side of the razor blade also. And it was just so... I've never seen anything like that. I'm sure they were very standard. I'm sure they existed everywhere, but I've never seen one. And that's... I love looking at stuff like that. It's almost like going to a fucking museum. Lately, I've been very interested in, well, always, but lately, now that I have a kitchen with room, with counter space, I've always been very interested in, like, having lots of jars of shit on my kitchen counters. You know, put the shit in the jar, and then you have the jar on the kitchen counter. But I'm discovering that with my, attention span challenges, it's actually really convenient for me to have, like, a big, clear jar full of flour on the kitchen counter. Because it's easier to access, it's easier to know how full it is, how much flour I've got left, and if the flour is already out, I'm more likely to cook something. You're right. Jars of shit are a bad idea. But there's the line between the minimalist Pinterest lady that says you have to put all your Tide Pods in a big glass bowl because it looks better that way, and then there is I have a flour jar that is on the kitchen counter because I use the flour so much that having it accessible on the kitchen counter is really convenient for me. So that if I'm, you know, making stew or something, I can just take a bit out of the flour thing, you know, and I don't have to go into the cabinet and pull all the stuff apart and try to figure out where the fuck I put the flour. And I don't have a lot of cabinet space in this. Well, I mean, I have a lot of cabinet space, but it's not really convenient cabinet space, and I have some of the most cabinet space in my china cabinet, which is inconvenient to get to. So it's always a pain in the ass for me to pull out the flour. So now that I have the flour on the counter, it's just there, and I can see it, and I can grab it. So I have flour, and I have rice, and I have sugar. And I have all my teas, which I just really like looking at. And I have, you know, the honey jar out on the countertop. But anyway, the point of this was I found these really cool graduated size. They were like rose aluminum, which is interesting. Obviously, I've heard of rose gold, and you know, you can make rose colored lots of metals. It just depends on what your concentration of specific metals is, but it's like rose gold colored. It's just aluminum instead of course, gold. And they're really pretty. I know, right? Maybe I'll just put catnip in one of them. One of the clear ones that they can see through. So they can just suffer. Oh, I have my first actor pickup at like 9 o'clock at night tonight. I'm tired already. I keep trying to kind of think about it in a sideways manner, like approach it sideways in my mind, like, oh, picking up an actor at 9 o'clock at night, that is kind of not work, right? Because it's so late, so it's kind of like doing something fun, sort of. Kind of. Trying to trick my brain into not dreading it. Man, this thread tangles a lot, though. Yeah, right? I'm already arguing with myself in my head. I'm like, well, do I have to put on real pants or can I wear my sweatpants? I could probably wear my sweatpants. It would probably be fine. Really, tomorrow's gonna suck the most. I'm hoping that the guy that I pick up tonight will be okay going grocery shopping right after I pick him up. Because we have just enough time, I think, to stop at the one grocery store on the way back to the theater before it closes. And that means I don't have to get up stupid early to take him tomorrow, or I don't have to finagle time to take him tomorrow. But I don't know that he's going to want to do that because he's flying in with his cat. He's probably going to want to get the cat into housing ASAP. And I don't think we'll have the time to put the cat away and then go grocery shopping. guess we shall see. Oh yeah, I would. Anyway, I mean, I do stay in the car anyway. But sometimes people who travel with their pets don't want to do that. I cannot put the cat in the trunk. I don't have a problem staying in a car with a screaming cat. I don't care. Just... he might want to get the cat comfortable. Alright, so I still haven't figured out the French knots, and I really don't want to. I mean, I need to because it'll look a lot cooler. It'll look more finished, but... nice, that's cool. And also some pets handle travel better than others. But plane rides are usually difficult for anybody. No, they don't even really seem to notice most of the time. Sometimes they're like, "What do your shoes smell like?" But they don't really care. They tend to notice more when it's a dog, actually. Like, what is that? Oh, so yeah, that being the case, I'm not sure, or I won't be on tomorrow, unfortunately, because I have more late pickups. So, not sure if I'll be on Tuesday either. I know, but it is first rehearsal, and I have some people coming in late, so my suspicion is I might have to take some people grocery shopping after end of day, which is not until 8 p.m. So, bummer. No, I actually cannot legally lead them to find their own groceries. It is an agreement with the Actors Union that it is my job to take them grocery shopping if they do not have a grocery store within walking distance. In some cases, I can leave them to drive themselves if they have brought their own car or they have filled out our driving agreement. However, they are not obligated to drive, and generally, I'm getting so many people in so quickly, so in such a short period of time that, I don't think I'll be able to process all their driving forms. Dream grocery shopping. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure I will not have to pay the Actors Union a ridiculous amount of money for their people to be on camera grocery shopping. Hey, Sita. What is lozenge mask? Oh, Majora's Mask? $23 years ago. That's wrong. That seems wrong. Yeah, I kind of fucked up this angle. Looks kind of stupid, but that's okay. I don't want to show you guys the photo of the example. I do always think it's very interesting to see what kind of groceries people purchase and how that matches up with how I perceive them as a person. Hey Grim, how are ya? Doing okay. I didn't realize how tired I was until I kind of started sitting down and trying to focus on this. No, I don't lose respect for anybody. And in fact, I usually give them more benefit of the doubt anyway, just because it's so hard to move as much as actors move. So if I had, you know, a comfort food, I would eat the shit out of it all the time. My grocery list would be chicken nuggies and chicken nuggies with a side of chicken nuggies. Well, I don't know what your grocery list is, Sitho. So maybe that's your problem. All right. How do we do the French knot again? Let's see if we can try. Oh, absolutely. It very much is. Actually, honestly, I don't eat frozen chicken nuggets, so that was irrelevant. I was just speaking for effect, but, Hate this. Nope, I don't understand the French knot. I do mean lying, yeah. Fuck. Alright, how can I cheat? Haha! It looks just as good as a French knot, except it's just a couple of normal knots. Haha! I am never going to learn how to do a French knot. It is my determination that I want to die ignorant of this particular technique. I don't give a shit. I deserve that. That's fine. Oh, that's so easy! Why do you have to wrap your shit around the needle? That's so dumb. Oh, that looks great. It's a little cross with a little knot in the middle. Hell yeah. I'm so smart. I'm the smartest muffin. Not so much reinventing, just, insisting on being ignorant but somehow succeeding despite that. It looks just as good. It's just as secure. Listen, I don't need to do something needlessly complicated if I can do something slightly simpler that looks exactly the same. Wow, that is such a Tumblr joke. Oh my god. I'm like physically threatened right now. This is a hate crime. Oh man, I made that joke, the Office joke of this is a hate crime. Well, I hated it. Around, like, definitely a crowd that had no idea what I was talking about. I also feel like the internet has... I don't know. I went to the farmer's market yesterday morning, and then on my way back, I stopped at the theater because they were doing, our children's show was performing, and Grid was there helping, and I don't know, I just have brain rot, so whenever I'm out and Grid is at the theater or something is going on at the theater, I just tend to stop by, because God knows I'm not there enough as it is. So I caught the second half of the children's show, and I had onions in my bag because I bought onions at the farmer's market, and I took one out of my bag at one point and said to someone, or they were like, "Why are you here?" And I was like, "I was at the farmer's market." And then I pulled an onion out and was like, "Would you like an onion? Or can I offer you an onion in these trying times?" And they just lost their fucking mind. They thought it was so funny. I'm like, wow, Tumblr would make me work harder than this. This website is easy. That's true. That's true. No. No, I can't. I couldn't. Our children's show right now is called Shakespeare the Remix. And it's about this girl who gets in trouble at school, so she's supposed to clean the auditorium. And she meets the ghost of William Shakespeare, who she connects to via hip-hop. Because Shakespeare doesn't understand the hip-hop, and Shayla doesn't understand Shakespearean language, but they find common ground. Iambic pentameter, hip-hop beats. It's actually it's actually a really cute show. I did not hear either of them say remix, but I did miss half the performance, so. It is really funny because they were, the show's pretty old at this point, and we know the playwrights. and the original had a lot of hip-hop references that are at this point like 10 years out of date. So when we put it on again, because we rotate through our children's performances, because obviously it doesn't really matter if we do... I mean, you don't want to do the same show 2 years in a row, but kids grow up and grow out of school. So if you're bringing a tour to a high school, or a middle school, or a high school, or an elementary school, or anything really, if you've got like 3 or 4 shows, you can just keep doing them because the kids are going to graduate and they're probably never going to see the same one again. So we've got a good little repertoire of a handful of good shows. And where was I going with this? Oh yeah, all the hip-hop references were just very out of date. So we got a new designer and we talked to the authors and they were like, oh, LOL, yeah. Yeah, no, you can update that. That's fine. Maybe Tupac's getting a little old. I don't think so. I think we just banged rocks together. I mean, frankly, I've listened to grunge. That's what it sounded like. I wish I was better at Mega Man. Maybe I should try Mega Man again. I remember trying one of them and I just was not successful. It is not an easy game. Maybe I'll try one of the later ones. Please vote on the next game you want to see played because I need help. You know, it's suspiciously quiet outside. I feel like Grid might be sleeping again. all of these tracks are just way short. Or shortened, or abruptly ending. I love it when they have the, you know, the Beethoven and the handle and whatever, and like... Beethoven, Sonata number billion, Vivace number 4. Like, yes, it's 3 minutes of a piece that is 1 hour and 45. Congratulations. Have a Nice Death is really, really good. It looks really good. See, though, I'm trying to figure out how you're... I feel like you're trying to make a D's nuts joke. I just can't quite find the shape of it in my head. Oh my god. I am in the mood for another, well, let me rephrase. There will be no other Souls-likes while I'm still doing Elden Ring. I can only handle one at a time. However, I do love Tuesday, Thursday Souls Day. So I like the idea of keeping that up for as long as possible. However, again, the next one I have to do is Bloodborne. But I have heard great things about Life of P. Although I have to reiterate, who I can't remember who said it. Well, I'm sure a lot of people have said it. I do think it is a very stupid fucking name. I don't care if it's about Pinocchio, that's a dumb name. See, I don't expect you to find a definition at all. I expect you to find an AI-generated article saying words about it that sound plausible until you start reading them. Speaking of music, I'm getting the opportunity to go caroling with my workplace. Our chief of staff is a member of a local select choir, and also a professional singer. So she's heading a little choir caroling group up in a very idyllic city with one of our locations in it. Very Christmassy, very bougie. And I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it is going to be easy ass-kissing points. NFT AI, yeah. I'm not sure how they can do that recursive, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. Okay, so we did all the stars. I know it looks a little unbalanced over here. I might plunk one more. But also it's not supposed to be balanced, and I guess the moon, it's not supposed to be balanced. It doesn't matter. I need this color. This is interesting because this color floss is much thinner than the metallic floss, so it's resulting in a much smaller knots, which seems to be fine. I'm compensating by tying it more, but oh my god, yeah. I hate that so much. It's bad enough, I feel, when people release dead artist songs without, like, explicit permission. Like, I think Bowie set up his final album to be released after his death, I believe, right? Or something? Or maybe he released it right before and I'm misremembering, but I think that's sketchy enough as it is. Sketchy and shitty and a breach of trust. But to not even, you know, to finish it with a fucking computer, are you kidding me? I would come screaming back into the mortal coil. You did what? Well, I'm sad that we didn't make any progress on the sweater, but I guess I'm still not ready. I think I just need to practice knitting, but the shitty part about that is I don't know, I feel like I had more, well, I mean, I definitely had more time when I was learning how to crochet when I was young to search up patterns. I also now am kind of blocked by this desire to be more particular about the things that I make. Do I want this thing, or do I just want to make something? Is a question I find myself asking a lot. And usually the answer is I just want to make something, and then I talk myself out of making it. Because what am I gonna do with it at the end? AI-generated patterns. They can't be worse than the non-professional, like, free patterns that already exist on the internet. Yeah, I feel like it's gotta be. Although, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how well that would end up actually working. I mean, poorly is the answer, but like, by actually working, I mean, would you be able to monetize it in any way? I feel like you'd only manage to sell 1 or 2 patterns without somebody saying, this pattern sucks, don't buy it. But a digital download is completely resource-free, I guess, to produce. That's true, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. Oh man, I'm gonna pull such a grandma thing. As soon as I'm done with this, I think we're gonna stop for the afternoon and I'm gonna go make dinner at 3:30 in the afternoon. I wanted to... It does, it really does. It doesn't seem quite so pronounced in the picture. I mean, the person in the picture did it neater, obviously. But also it feels like they might have actually done this part with only 1 piece of thread. I did it with 2. I don't care. Actually, I think they might have done the circles with 2 and then the middle parts with 1 because it seems like they're further back. But I like the way it came out. Oh god. Wow. That's so crazy because it's so interesting to me that they look so organic. When you'd think that it would almost be easier for an image generator to generate something like cross-stitch because it's so regular, right? Symmetrical, even? Just a complete misunderstanding of the process. And the goal. Well, I mean, there's no understanding of the process and the goal because it's a computer. Yeah, we usually, well, I don't know, usually I don't eat all day and then I come home at like 4:30, 5 o'clock and eat first dinner. And then usually we eat normal dinner at 11 o'clock at night when Grid gets home, but... Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's traditional. It's not that I've lost control of my life. But yeah, in case anybody wasn't here earlier when I said it, unfortunately I'm not going to be on tomorrow. I have just a chock full day of pickups through until actually 11 o'clock at night, which is a big shitty bummer. And then I'm not sure if I'll be on Tuesday. I also would really love to hand out Halloween candy, although our trick-or-treating curfew is like 8 p.m. around here. Yeah, at least I don't have to get up very early. I don't think. If I can convince this guy to stop at the grocery store and get at least a couple things on his way home, then I can probably swing not going in until like 11 tomorrow, depending on my anxiety level in the morning. Or realistically, at least I can sleep till 9 o'clock, which is like decadent for me, and then go in when I wake up. Yeah, only 12 hours. 12 hours is easier when it's a later start for me. I can keep going, it's just getting up is the problem. And then it is also like really low, I don't want to say low effort, because meeting new people and being a welcoming face of the company is no small amount of emotional labor, but it's also not like hard. Taking someone grocery shopping and sitting in the car for 45 minutes while they grocery shop and then playing games on your phone is not actually that hard. Yeah, no brain think required. All the brain think is like today while I stress out about have I scheduled this right so that I can be in all the places that I need to be in at the right times. Thankfully, at some point last night I remembered that our hotel contact never got back to me with the room that I need for a designer tomorrow. So I jumped online this morning and booked him a room like a pleb on the website. So that's problem solved for the moment, but not tax exempt and not our normal room rate, so I'll have to fix that in the future, but problem solved for the moment. He has somewhere to stay when he shows up in town tomorrow. Grid has been helping a local college their theater program because the technical director there is a friend of ours. So he goes and works for them as needed and teaches kids. Grid's phenomenal at teaching. He's not so much like a classroom teacher, but as a one-on-one mentor, he fucking rocks. So I ended up driving home with him the other day, and we stopped there so he could do a couple things before we went home. And they were testing the fog machine, and the way they had they needed the fog machine set up a little bit differently, so the fog ended up coming out of the wrong spot, and it was like really thick, and it was really funny, and the students like looked at me and they were like, "Welcome to college." And I was like, "Oh honeys, oh sweeties, I also am a professional, theatrical employee. I have done stupider things than this. I have done many more ill-advised things than this. I have seen many things. I have, in fact, seen your technical director do some dumb-ass shit." And I looked at him and I said that too, and he laughed really hard. He was actually my technical director in college. So I love reminding him of that. I love being like, I know who you are. fundamentally. I used to hate showing up to places with Grid when Grid was working, because it always felt like I was, oh, I'm the sound guy's girlfriend, you know, showing up with the sound guy. But now that I am a salaried theater employee, I'm just like, LOL, this is your problem. Haha. I like watching. Okay, so... I think my next step here is to... Maybe if I could just pin this. I don't really want to cut anything today. I'm thinking that the pouch that I want to make is going to be this on the outside and then denim on the inside, because I've got my old jeans that I cut apart. Repurposing things is fun, right? So I do need to iron this, because it will be a lot easier to sew a straight seam if I have it ironed. I definitely think I should have put it a little over here and then the bag could have been longer, but even if the bag is only like yay big, I'm fucking fine with that. I don't care. Absolutely fine with that. Okay, so I'll have to measure this, cut the inside. I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to attach a liner. Like, if you're supposed to sew them together and then sew it closed, or if you're supposed to sew it closed and then sew them together. I think there's several different ways to do it depending on what your goal is. But I don't think I want to... Well, I do want to do that today, but I'm tired and I'm gonna go make old person supper. So I think this is about it for tonight, this afternoon. Thank you so much for having a chill Sunday with me. I hope you get to have your chill Sunday at home as well. I hope you get to cook some onions, if that's your thing. I would like to go cook one of my farmer's market onions, because I want the house to smell like cooking onions. But anyway... That is absolutely true, Beanie, yeah. 100%. And I think with the linen, it'll actually be pretty forgiving. I'll be able to, if God forbid I fuck it up, I'll be able to pull it out and do it again. And denim, who cares if I ruin the denim? That's from jeans. But yeah, it'll be cool. Oh, nice. I still haven't finished Bone Totem. I actually am probably going to do that as well. Alright, good night, friends.